Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. DAPs.
And I'm Johnny 5.
And why are you Johnny 5 tonight?
Because this is episode number 101. This is our 101st episode, and 101 in binary is 5.
I'm really disappointed.
¿Por qué?
I was really hoping your reason for why Johnny 5 tonight was going to be because you'd figured out your trigger.
That's not funny. Moving on.
I'm going to give you a clue. Do you want a clue?
Is it the number 5?
No, it doesn't. It's not the number 5, but it has to do. The response was something to do with tickling. Just think about it. Maybe you'll figure it out. So Halloween's coming. Moving right along. Yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna be thinking about this for a while, huh? Yeah. Halloween's coming. It starts in a week and a half, I think, at Disneyland, and we love Halloween. And do you have anything to comment about Halloween? No. No, you're still thinking. Okay. Yeah, so Halloween's coming. Parties will be happening. There's 11 nights of the party this year. And
I did, for anyone who's read your blog on the subject, my favorite thing that you wrote in the entire thing is there will also be several dance parties.
There are. You can dance if you like at these Halloween parties, the Mickey's Halloween parties. You can also go
Trick or
get
treats.
candy. Yeah, you can
And
watch the fireworks.
If they do it like they did last year, which I hope they do, you can also get like apple slices and carrots and
Right,
stuff.
they
so
have
you
the
don't have
healthy
to buy
alternatives
food.
for those that don't
Yeah.
want all
Well,
the candy or whatever.
You can also sustain yourself.
That's true,
throughout the entire
especially
night.
they're all stuff you eat, so
yeah,
that's
I kept
great.
going back just for apples. It was great.
And then they have a cavalcade. My favorite part about it all is that adults dress up.
Yes.
Like, it was really fun to watch all the adults dressing up last year. And
Like in full Star Trek regalia.
Yeah. That was the crazy part is we dressed up in full Star Trek regalia last year because we thought it would be cool to be the first people in Star Trek regalia to be filmed going on Star Tours. Think about it. You can figure out how we did that, watch the video, whatever. But
Link?
the cool part, yeah, well, maybe. It depends if we've tweaked it at all.
Maybe, okay.
But it will be soon. But the cool part to me was we were going around talking to cast members at the party last year, and they were telling us how many other people were dressed up in Star Trek uniforms last year.
Klingons, Tribbles, all of it.
You never would have guessed. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. They keep it family friendly.
Yeah.
It's just
one
a
of the
safe
few theme parks that does keep it family friendly.
Yeah, completely not
all the rest
scary.
of them are terrifying. I don't want to go.
Right. Yeah, and we don't want to clean up after you, so that just wouldn't.
Exactly. It's kind of bad.
But it's great because you have people from 5-year-old to, well, even younger than 5 that carry their teddy bears, all the way up to people that are 20-something carrying their teddy bears, and adults too.
I have never claimed to be an adult.
No, we never claimed that you were one, so we're totally fine there. But yeah, it's a great time.
Yeah.
Tickets are a little bit expensive, but
Totally
it's a safe
worth it.
Halloween experience. I think the
fireworks
most
are
expensive
awesome.
one is $69, and that's actually on Halloween evening, which is a Wednesday this year. And we'd love to see your costumes. If you want to send us pictures, we'd be happy, and we'll figure out a way to have them sent as it gets closer to that time, and it will be a cool
stay
thing.
tuned.
Exactly. One of the costumes you probably won't see, well, maybe you will, because it's being made into a movie, is there's a Lego movie coming out, right?
That's your segue?
Yeah, that's my segue.
All right.
It works, right?
We'll go with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it works.
I now have something to try to do for my costume.
You're going to try to be a Lego man?
Sure.
Did you read about the Lego movie?
I did.
It actually kind of interests me.
Because they've made like straight to DVD Lego videos, but they've never made a full theatrical release.
Right, and
to
there's
my
some
knowledge.
really good video games.
Yeah.
Like, I've pretty much enjoyed every Lego video game that I've played. I like
So
that
the
they're-
Lego studio definitely has some.
and it's Warner Brothers, I think they're partnered with.
Okay. Yeah.
And this one's called Lego: The Piece of Resistance, and
Morgan Freeman's in it, right?
he's the villain.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
That's pretty
and
good.
His goal in life, or his villainy goal, is to glue all the Lego blocks together.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. And they're gonna have Lego Batman and Lego Superman and
Lego regular guy.
Emmett.
Yeah.
Because
That's an actual thing.
that's the guy. Yeah. Chris Pratt, I guess, is going to be Emmett.
Oh, him.
And he's going to be partnering up with Superman and Batman to save the Lego world from.
As you do.
Yeah. And
From
I think,
villainy and glue.
yes, and the guy's name is Veruvius. That's what it looks like.
Veruvius.
Yeah, and that's Morgan Freeman. It looks like Phil Lord and Chris Miller are the directors, and they've got stop animation director Chris McKay helping out. So I think it's actually going to be a fun movie. I don't think it's going to be.
Don't know if it's still going on, but what I love about them is the directors made this contest where you could design a vehicle.
Yeah,
for the
you
movie.
can design a Lego vehicle, and you could conceivably have your vehicle used for the movie, and that would be pretty cool. So if you do that, we want to see it. So send us a link in the comments, and that would be absolutely awesome.
And that reminds me
of your thing that you were telling me about.
Yeah. Because he said, "Have you heard of the Lego Movie?" And I said no. And I said to him, "Have you heard of Lego?"
And I said no.
Kuso or something like that.
Kusu,
it's CUUSOO, and basically you can submit designs for Lego sets to Lego, and then there's this whole system of people voting on it and stuff like that, and they'll actually make some of these.
And it's a really cool mix because it's like social media. And also a contest. And
so things like, the Harry Potter set, the Lord of the Rings set, if you watch something and you think this would make a great Lego set, you can actually submit it to the company.
And even if you don't feel that creative like me, you'd probably be pretty good at it because you could mathematically come up with what you need, whatever. But you can just go and vote on the cool sets that people have created and help other people's dreams come alive.
Like, for those of you who are this particular type of geek, there is in production, or they're trying to plan a Minecraft set. Which is a computer game based on building blocks. So certain people would be very into that. So if that's you, go and vote on that.
So just a quick question. What was your favorite Lego set that you had growing up?
That I had growing up? Actually, it was the Lego Mindstorms, the robotics kit that they made. That was my favorite.
I had the pirate ship. That was a Christmas present one year. Nice. It was like ginormous. And
I love the bigger the model.
And the best part is the little cannons would shoot the little round one stop ones.
Totally wouldn't be able to be sold today, but man.
I don't think they do anymore. I remember later on they didn't do that at all.
Fun as a kid.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of other fun things as kids or not, we've got a new segment.
Yes.
And
I had like childlike glee on this one.
He did.
Yeah.
And the reason he had childlike glee is because I realized that we have pretty much everybody else on the DAPs team doing a segment. Everybody's done something except for Johnny 5. And so I said, we need to make a segment for you, and the obvious topic is math. And we have to make it cool somehow. So I came up with the name Math is Cool. And we're going to run this, and afterwards in the comments, tell us if Johnny 5 has made math cool. So here's Math is Cool.
Hi there, I'm Johnny 5, and one of the responsibilities of having a number as a part of your identity is also having a deep respect for numbers. Unfortunately, many people fear math because they see it as nothing more than just numbers on numbers, and fail to see some pretty cool stuff. And what I think is really cool is that math is completely made up. Let's start with the very basis of mathematics, the numbers themselves. This symbol is really just a circle, but someone somewhere decided it would represent the concept of nothing. This is just a vertical line, but someone said that it should represent the concept of something, but only one thing. Now let's say there's more than one thing. In fact, there's exactly one more than one thing, and we're going to represent that by drawing this curved line with a base at the bottom and calling it 2. Now there's one more thing, and we have to come up with the word 3 to describe it and make this symbol, and it goes on from there. Now, of course, these are not the only symbols used to represent these concepts, nor are they the original symbols ancient people created, but they are the ones we use, and at some point we need to memorize the order they come in because, let's face it, there's no logical reason why any of these symbols come before or after any other symbol, other than the fact that we all agree that that is the order. Of course, there are only so many symbols you want to keep in your head, so you figure that now that you've created 10 of them, you'll just reset back at the beginning. But to keep track of the fact that you now have made one complete cycle through all of your symbols, you add a 1 to the beginning of the number. The right numbers continue to cycle through the symbols 1 to 2 to 3 and so on, and each time it resets to 0, we keep track by moving up the number on the left. And once that number resets to 0, we add a new 1 to the left and begin again. This allows us to make a list of every number on to infinity, and no matter how complicated math gets, the order of the numbers never changes. The pattern is set, and that allows the rest of math as we know it to survive. I'm Johnny 5, and that's just a vertical line representing the concept of one reason why I think math is cool.
I had so much fun making that.
That was, I loved the picture we took while you were making that.
There were two that kind of go back to back. I didn't Instagram mine, but...
Yeah, because you took the one shooting up at me with the camera, and I took the one aiming down at you with the camera, and literally just, we had a desk up in Studio A, and Johnny's, if he's sitting where I am, his paper's right here, and then the tripod is like either side of him going way up, and there's a chair right behind him where the third foot of the tripod is. And
you know how there's also that little middle piece that the camera's actually on, and there's a stick all the way down? That
right
was
above
on
his
my
head.
head. Yeah.
It was awesome.
It was a very fun filming
It was
process.
one of the most fun we've had filming, and ridiculous.
As I decide to try and teach myself how to write in Chinese.
And it was only like 90 degrees, so
Yeah,
it wasn't too bad at
no
all.
problem.
We are starting to run a little bit out
Yeah.
of time, so it's a really wonderful time to remind you to subscribe.
In multiple different ways.
Yeah, whichever way you wanted to
You can
subscribe.
subscribe on YouTube, or you can subscribe on iTunes.
Or networked blogs.
'Cause we're a
We've got
podcast
multiple
now.
ways for you to subscribe. So do that, and then share it. We love that. And if
Yes.
you have video responses, those have been a blast. We had a blue penguin that showed up a little bit, and that was awesome, and a couple other things. And we had a blue puppet, too. That was awesome, too.
Who did the chimp impression?
Yeah, that was really awesome.
That was completely unexpected.
That was amazing. And yeah, and we have dogs jumping all around the studio, and it's absolutely amazing. But you know, the more people we share this with, the more we can do, and it's awesome. And if you have ideas, leave us comments. We love the
Absolutely.
comments. We love actually
more
leave us
ideas
your
you come
ideas
up
in the
with.
video responses too. That
Yeah.
would be pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. Anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay, you don't have some inspirational math is cool slogan that you're going to throw out at people to make them love math and go out and learn calculus?
Math is cool, so go out and learn calculus.
Yeah. And with,
I'm sorry, that just sounded so derivative.
and with that, we're running out of time. We'll see you around the corner.
Geek out.